welcome to episode 50. 50 episodes! Yay! Of Dinner from the Dining Car. It is Sunday, November 14th, 2021. Today, we're making something that when we saw the recipe, we thought, oh my god, this looks delicious. It's the Louisville and Nashville's baked chicken barbecue style. And it's served on either toast or rice. Well, last week we made a dinner that was served on toast, so today we're going to serve it on rice. Here are now this was served a lot on their train, the Pan American. And little historical tidbit for those of you into political history, the governor of New York at the time, when he was running for president in 1928, he decided to go south for campaign stops, and he deliberately rode the Louisville and Nashville so he could have this meal. It's Al Smith. Name just wouldn't come out right now. And he referred to this to a reporter on the train who asked him, how can you have barbecued chicken for breakfast? And he said, well, this is my perfect breakfast. So it's a little bit of trivia there. Anyway, this is everything you're going to need. The first thing you're going to need a covered baking dish, because you're going to set your oven to 350, bake this in there, and then serve it when it's done. Then you'll need boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We happen to have 2. Now, if you've got a large enough container and want to make 4, this will be a perfect container for it. Pretty much everything else in this recipe goes in the sauce. You're going to start with mustard. A couple of teaspoons of mustard. You're going to add a tablespoon or so of flour. This is so the sauce thickens up. Excuse me, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about here. You're going to need our old friend, butter. I've said it before, I've said it too many times. You're going to need white vinegar. Just a couple of tablespoons. You're going to need a couple tablespoons of honey. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of ketchup. You're going to need a pinch of ground nutmeg. You're going to need about a quarter tablespoon, cayenne pepper, so it's going to have a little punch. A little bit of salt to taste. You're going to need 2.5 ounces of tomato juice. You're also going to need the juice of 1 lemon. And then you're going to need a pinch of ground nutmeg. That's everything you need for the sauce. Now, you're going to make the sauce, you're going to brown the chicken, just basically, in that same skillet. You're going to, after it's browned, you're going to set your oven to 350. You're going to grease your cooking dish. I'm going to just use cooking spray because that's better than shortening, calorie-wise. You're going to put the chicken in there, pour the sauce on top of it, cook it covered for 30 minutes. Then you're going to take the cover off, and optional, and we're going to do the option, is to sprinkle some shredded cheese on this thing, and then cook it 30 minutes more uncovered. This will melt that cheese up and allow it to simmer more, and it'll be oh so yummy. And again, we're going to serve it just on good old-fashioned brown rice. We're also going to make some sort of vegetable. I got to go through my refrigerator and find out what vegetables I want to make. So anyway, that's everything you're going to need for this char recipe. Oh God, I went southern. What's wrong with me? Considering I'm from Chicago. Okay, it's that kind of morning. That's everything you're going to need for the recipe, folks. So gather it all up, get it all together, and we'll be back later when we start the actual cooking. We'll see you then. Okay, we are back. We're going to get started. The oven is heated to 350. Now the first thing you need to do is take half a stick of butter, and you're going to melt that. It's already pre-softened because I left it out from earlier. That's going to melt. Now, as that is melting, don't turn the heat up too high because you'll burn it. So just let it melt. Now, as it's melting, you add a teaspoon of your mustard. And with each ingredient that you add, you're going to stir it a little bit so it kind of mixes all together, doesn't stick to the pan, and doesn't burn. Then you're going to add a teaspoon of flour. Oh, pardon me, not flour. You're going to need to add ketchup. 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Turn the heat down, because once it starts boiling, it increases the chance of it burning. Again, as you add each ingredient, you're going to stir. Now we already have over here, if you'll notice, this is the chicken breasts. I browned them up on the grill real nice, and they're very pretty. But just browned. I didn't cook them completely. And again, if you'll notice, the sauce is, after the ketchup, you're going to add nutmeg. Just a pinch of nutmeg. Just a little bit. And again, stir it after you add that so it gets good and mixed. Oh, this already smells good. Again, keeping the heat down so it doesn't boil or burn. With the butter in there, we don't want it to burn. Nutmeg, cayenne pepper. You need a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is just basically enough cayenne pepper to let you know it's there. Again, stir it up, mix it all up. Sauce smells good so far. The white vinegar, you need 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. That's that. Honey. Now you need 2 tablespoons of honey. This is going to get a little interesting now. Now, if you want your sauce a little sweeter, I imagine you could add some more honey, but we're just going to go with what the recipe calls for. That was my measuring spoon sitting on the floor. Okay. And again, stir it around. Just making sure it doesn't burn and it doesn't boil. You basically want to heat it, not boil it. Now you need your juice of 1 lemon. And this here is a pretty nice juicy lemon, so if you have one of these things, guys, use it. This will juice your lemon without popping seeds into your sauce. That's half the lemon. Grab another chunk. Too hot because it's starting to boil. You don't want to do that. I do wish I'd have bought a bigger one of these. There we go. The juice of 1 lemon. Again. After each ingredient, stir to make sure it's all mixed and that it doesn't burn to the pan. Ketchup. You need 2 tablespoons of ketchup. 1, 2. A pinch of salt. Again, stir it up. Now you add your tomato juice. Last ingredient in the sauce is the tomato juice. The tomato juice you need 2.5 ounces. Well, go with about 1/4 cup. Maybe a little bit more. That's close enough to 2½ ounces for my tastes. And that is your sauce. Again, now that I've added the tomato juice, you stir it up. Oh my goodness. Wow. That smells good. Except, man, you can really smell that vinegar. And then you just grab, we're just going to grab a little spoon. And we're going to grab us a taste. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's a darn fine sauce. Alright, now that the sauce is cooked up, yeah, keep stirring it so the sauce remains smooth, doesn't get any lumps, doesn't stick to the pan. Just like that. You just pour it over your browned chicken breast. Another thing you may want to do is get in there with a set of tongs, lift up the chicken breast, and get the sauce underneath it, and into your oven it's going to go covered for the first ½ hour. So, in we go, first ½ hour. Set the timer. And there it is, in the oven, ready to go. In ½ an hour, we get it out, we put it up here, flip the chicken, and cook it another 20 minutes uncovered. After that 20 minutes, we take it out, we put the cheese on it, put it back in the oven for 10 to 15 more minutes. That will melt the cheese and make it all gooey and delectable. And we're going to start our carrots in a minute, because they take baby carrots, if you really want to roast them right, take anywhere from about 45 minutes to an hour, depending. So we're going to start that up, and I guess we've got the timer set and running, and we'll see y'all in ½ an hour. Okay folks, it's been ½ an hour. Now we get it out of the oven. Oh, it sure smells good. Oh, I have to let you know I made a boo-boo when I first put this in the oven. I forgot to put the flour in the sauce mix. So it's a little thinner than you would think. But that's okay. A thin sauce is just as tasty as a thick sauce sometimes. Oh, look at this. That is going to be so delicious. Look at that. I could mix a little flour in there now, but I'm kind of afraid to. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mix in a little bit of cornstarch. Take the chicken breast out for a second. Stir in a little cornstarch. Look at that. Oh, these chicken breasts look sublime. I'm going to stir in just a little bit of cornstarch because Doofus here forgot the flour. we're just going to whisk that around. Make sure all the lumps are out of it. Just enough to kind of thicken it up a tad. Okay, now, oh look, oh, if you folks could smell this sauce, it's insane. The honey and the vinegar and the ketchup and the tomato juice, you can smell all of it. And it's just, oh my goodness, what a smell. Grab the tongs, put the chicken back in the pot. Again, this has got to cook 20 minutes more, uncovered, and then we'll put the cheese on it. What did I do with the spoon? What did I do with the spoon? What did I do with the spoon? Well, now that was bloody stupid. Just going to pour a little bit on top. Again, back in the oven. Oh my goodness, that's delicious. Back in the oven, 20 more minutes, uncovered, and then the cheese. And we'll start the rice. So we'll see you again in about 20 minutes. Okay, folks, it's time to yank this from the oven, and we will see what we see. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That looks delicious. It's fully cooked. It's out of the oven. Okay, we're going to move the camera over here so you can see plating it. Well, let's plate Judy's first.
Okay.
Let's plate Judy's first. Well, let me get you some carrots. Now these
Not that many.
The carrots have been roasting for a very long time. I certainly hope they're cooked. This is what they look like, guys. That's just roasted baby carrots. These are in olive oil and balsamic vinegar with a little bit of steak seasoning. There's Judy's rice. Now we'll get her a breast of chicken. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is going to need some time to cool off. And there is the Louisville and Nashville spring chicken barbecue style, served on rice. Now we'll get mine all plated up and ready to go. After I get myself some carrots. Are the carrots cooked enough?
They could be used a little bit longer.
You gotta be kidding me! They cooked almost an hour. Gee willikers.
I think they have to cook at a higher temperature. What'd you cook them at, 350?
420, 400.
400?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to kick it up to 450.
Yeah, no kidding. And here's Tony's breast of chicken. You know what I'm gonna do first? Put sauce on the rice. Oh, do you smell this? What do you think of the smell, Judy?
Oh, the smell is great. They can't smell it, though.
That's too bad, because this is off the charts. And there, it's mine. Put the cheese on it. A little more sauce.
I'm going to get this cold.
And there you have it, guys. Louisville and Nashville's spring chicken barbecue style. That's it for this recipe for this week, for the 50th. Sorry about the video file that got corrupted and didn't get saved. That kind of ticked me off. So, oh well, what are you going to do? Anyway, if you have questions, comments, want a copy of the recipe, email me at dinnerfromthediningcar@yahoo.com. If you do me a favor, smash that like button down there. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Anyway, we're going to sit down and eat. So, thank you very much for watching, and have yourselves a great Sunday night. We'll see you next time.